Mr. Tony, just to confirm, this is like a quick little clarifying question. Do you recommend going through all this like at the start of the trade, like within that trading journal? Or do you think it's better to just like focus on the stop and then just log everything after?
For me personally, I just take the trade. I put my stop on my sheet of paper I tell you guys about all the time. I'm trying to create this journal only because I want to have all these elements there for you. Mm-hmm. Now you can use these things or not. I mean, last week we didn't use it. It just kind of came to me last week and I was thinking, you know what? All the elements should be there. If I'm giving you guys a journal, all the elements of it should be there, because if you can't measure it, to me, it ain't real if you can't measure it.
Right.
You know, so you could go in and do it later, Colleen, but I think you definitely, there's two things you need to know. What's the name of this trade I'm getting into? Okay. Because if it doesn't have a trade, if it doesn't have a name, then it's nothing I taught you. Okay. And I need to know where my stop is at.
Perfect.
Okay.
So Mr. Tony, when you say time frame,
2 minute, 5 minute.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Minutes, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So we figured 50 cents. Okay, we're gonna put our stop in. We're gonna put our stop in. I will put my stop in right here at 409.50. Okay. I think we already said that, right? Then we said 409.50 is our entry, and 409. Let's put it at the top of this candle. Let's say, let's say it's going to be our stop is at 409.75. Anyway, the top of this candle. Okay, since it's not giving me. Okay, let me see if I take this off. Oh, I took the crosshairs off, but it does give me a price somewhere. It gives me numbers somewhere, right?
You have to use the price drawing tool. So where you have the pen in the drawing set at the bottom, there's a dollar sign. If you click on your drawing tools in the bottom right.
Down in here?
Yeah, where it looks like an Epic pen, where click on that pen.
This thing right here?
Yes, click on that. And then the dollar sign right under the arrow is your price levels. So you want to use that to set support and resistance or trap zones, however you see fit.
Okay, check that out. All right, cool. Okay, so now where's the number? So the number's being.
You got to click it. You got to like double.
Oh, you have to click it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Click. Just hit it. It should show up. Now, can I just fix it for you?
Yeah.
Click the line, right click on the line. Edit properties, click edit properties.
Okay.
Okay, so here it is. See left extension, right extension, show price. See where it says do not show, you want to see that. So now you can pick on the left or on the right.
We're going to say
on the right. It's exist.
Okay.
And now click okay. Yep, there you go.
Woo, look at that. You're getting all fancy. All right, cool. Okay, so I was pretty close. I said 409.75, so 409.72. Okay, cool. All right, so what else did I put in here? We know the add. We're going to add after we get our first color change. Okay, so we're going to let it run now, right? Are we okay with letting it run? We're going to let it run. Okay. And then we wanted to hit the fast. Huh?
For the location, can we just, is it location / trap zone?
Yeah, I put trap zone position 1.
Okay, then. I just want to.
In first position, right? Because it's right under our trap zone right there. It's in the first position. Okay.
Can we watch it in regular time for a couple of minutes?
Oh, you want to do it regular? Okay.
I'm just for a couple of minutes.
Okay. Here we go.
Just see what happens.
Okay.
So we can feel the tension like we normally do. or the anticipation. like we normally do.
Okay.
So, Mr. Tony, you win
Can
right
I-
now, right?
I was gonna say, hold on, I'm gonna take that off of there. I'm just gonna let it ride. What was the question, Zay?
You in the trade, right?
We're in the trade. We're short, obviously.
Now, at this point, obviously, you're looking forward to that candle to finish, and then you're looking for the development of the next candle. And then, of course, you're looking for it to continue on its merry path down. And is there anything else going through your mind at this point?
I'm thinking about, especially on this particular candle, it's getting rather sizable. And this is SPY, right? Yeah, that's a lot of money. So I'm thinking about maybe moving this thing down here just a little bit, but you got to kind of let it play out because I want to see some follow through. If in fact this candle does happen to, yeah, I'm gonna let it keep running. If it does happen to, continue, I don't want to cut my loss, my gain short. Okay.
By the way, somebody mentioned that's a huge wick. Is that computer error? Or is that a real wick? At the bottom?
That's a flash wick, but I mean, it's still to be respected.
So since this, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this candle looks like it's kind of being pretty small. Would you add right here?
I'm waiting for a color change, Colleen.
Okay.
Yeah. This candle should have more follow through off of a big candle like that. If it doesn't have follow through, then we'll probably need to make some changes, but we'll see.
So right now your position is profitable
Mm,
and you want to make sure it stays that way.
Well, I got my stop up here and I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna play with it too much. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. But I know that my rule is I came in on position number one. And I know that the majority of the time, if I come in position number one, then it's usually profitable.
So you wouldn't move it down, say halfway down that red candle, just to ensure that you have a profit?
No. And the reason why, John, in the morning time, when most of the manipulation is going on, if I'm gonna get stopped out, then just stop me out.
Okay.
Then just stop me out. We've already accepted that 409.72, we're done, okay? And we came in on position number one, which is where we're gonna have the majority of our success at. If it doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out and we move on to our next trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that the 8 has crossed the 200, it would give me some confidence to stay in the trade a little.
Really?
It's crossing downward.
Yeah, I know, but so why that, okay.
Momentum, because I
Okay.
like to trade momentum.
To her point, Mr. Tony, that does look like the picture of weakness.
Not
Okay.
yet, but it's building.
Yeah, I'm saying it's moving in that direction, but it's not, but it is moving in that direction. So let's see what happens here. We're gonna get stopped out. If you guys notice from here to down here, they were shorting prior to the session beginning from yesterday. So, they could, be closing out their shorts. You got to buy to close out your shorts. But if it violates our reason for getting in, we still have to get out. That's the rule.
That's one thing that I think many of us forget about, Mr. Tony, is the fact that they got to cover their shorts, and therefore cover their shorts is going to drive up the stock price momentarily.
Yeah.
But of course, you having traded on the floor, that's one of the factors that you're well aware of that we're not.
Well, I mean, the candles are right there now. So remember, we didn't have all this. You know, now we have pre-market in terms of what they were. Okay, so now we had a doji there. So it didn't really follow through on that green candle, on the red candle, didn't follow through on this green candle. I don't know what to do right now. I mean, other than just respect my stop, I just got to leave it.
And you still wouldn't move it down.
I would not move it down.
You hear what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm moving that sucker down, but
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, remember we talked about, profits and, snatching up the roses and letting the weeds grow. Let's let the roses grow a little bit, before we go yanking them out of the ground.
Yeah, I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of that many a time.
Okay.
Many a time. Oh, here we go.
Okay, I'm adding. I was looking down, sorry. Okay, right here, the minute that it crossed over here, guys. So what do? I press the button here to make it, and then double click it?
Yeah, for the price level, yes.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna let it go now. So I would have added right here, Colleen. See, we got the color change?
Yeah.
And as soon as it surpassed, okay, that would have been my ad.
A little too early now that I see that, because if I see, I would have maybe, and I shouldn't do this, but maybe anticipated that would have been a green candle ignored. So I would have maybe added up a little bit higher than that, and then it would have gone down. So I see where I need to adjust that for sure.
Okay, yeah, so also guys, we got enough data, enough information for us right now. Let's not anticipate different things, because we don't really have to, because it's going to give it to us. It's going to give it to us. So let's let things kind of play out. Once we get there, bam, now you can have, Colleen, you can have your hotkey set up where you got your add key. And for mine, I can just hit, I got my control question mark.
Yep.
And that's my ad, and I'll just bam, and it would have added right there.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's helpful to see. Thank you for that.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna let it play out. We'll see what happens. Now, you notice I haven't moved my stop yet, right? I have not moved my stop.
So the second red line is just indicative of your ad.
Yeah. That's why I call this business the waiting business.
Now, what are you thinking at this point in time?
Now I'm actually thinking about moving my stop down, because I got more money into the trade right now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you do, because from a visual standpoint, you're still profitable. I can just do the ratio with my eyes, but yeah.
So I'm thinking about bringing it to the top of this doji right here, actually. But let's see what happens, guys. I'm just gonna let it play out. But I would be thinking about moving it from here. Why don't we just do it? How do I do it? How do I delete this? Can I?
Well, you don't have to delete it. You can just right click on the line, go back up to your line, right click, activate drawing, and you can move it down in that way.
Ooh, fancy. All right, guys. I'm gonna put it here right above the doji. Thank you. I might even trade with this platform one day. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I get stopped out.
Not yet. So again, you're going for, I wouldn't say maximum profit, but you're going for more profit.
And we want to, I got to pay my bills, John.
Oh yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
So again, you know, I can control what I lose right here, right? I can control what I lose right here, but I need to see if this thing does maintain its gainful employment with me, what it's going to do, how it's going to perform for me. Now, if he doesn't, of course, he's going to get fired right here. This is the firing line right here.
Well,
Firing squad. Yeah. Put him
so you're going to give it every opportunity to perform. I guess I'd move that stop down just a little bit more.
Well,
but again, I want
to give him a little room, you know,
little room to work.
Yeah, we figure 50 cents, but I don't know if that's 50 cents or not. I have no idea what that number is. So
that's a little bit more, but anyway.
Yeah.
You could buy, since it's a paper trading account, we could do it with real shares or options one day.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought we was doing good just to get to this. So look, guys.
Awesome, but sometimes it's helpful to see the reality of what could be.
With the numbers. Oh man, I would have made $1 million today. So it looks like we're trading sideways over to the 8, which is kind of cool. It's, you know, I mean, we understand when we start trading, you know, horizontally, that, you know, it's moving over toward the 8. Maybe we're going to catch a grind here. Who knows? We'll see what happens. We are a little bit of ways away from the 20 still, you know, but, you know, it's the morning, you know, it's the first hour of trading. We don't know if it's trying to get back to the 20, if it's really, because the 20 really we haven't created enough data in this trade for it to say, hey, I need to get back to the 20 yet. You know, right now it just traded sideways over to the 8. And it was funny. I heard somebody talking about the 8 in one of the rooms the other day, and he did mention my name, by the way. Guy's name is Marley. He's like, yeah, Mr. Tony came with this 8. I don't know where he got this 8 from, but this 8 is saving my life. I'm like, yeah. That 8 will give you a lot of confidence. If you don't have that 8 on the screen, sometimes you're like, oh man.
Yeah, that's the reason why I asked you, Mr. Tony, to do this in real time, because of the fact that you know, we get a chance to see it in all of its machinations, for lack of a better word.
Maximum glory.
Yeah, glory. There you go, Patrick. And of course, trading at the time we traded, and all the waiting and all the and getting tempted to get shaken out and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Well, it you know, when you have your rules in place, guys, I mean, you just got to trade you're just trading your rules, you know. Let's see if this thing gets up to the 8 and then stop. Oh, okay, let's see. Interesting. They're still trading sideways, maybe.
It's trying to come up.
Oh, he's on the run. We're going to get stopped out. We might get stopped out.
Oh, no.
Right there. And
Don't manifest it.
Speaking it into existence. It's pretty darn close. Isn't that interesting?
It's just
Yes,
plain.
it is. Of course, if I put the stop in my position, we would have been stopped out. For sure.
And see, I'm looking also at the 20 and seeing how close it's to the 200, looking at that in relationship to if we're getting stopped out. If the 20 crosses the 200, we still have room to keep going downward, in my momentum opinion.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, here we go. A classic morning battle.
Good versus evil.
Bulls versus Bears. Yes, sir.
So as you guys have noticed, even though that green candle did trade through the 8 right here, the next candle here appears to be red so far, but we're going to see if we get an 8 break here with the 2 candles, right? We'll see that here too. How much time we got? Got like another minute left in this candle. So question, if we do happen to break this 8, should we get out of the trade or should we just stay with our stop? What would you guys want to do?
I would stay with the stop, I think. Because I was just about to ask that too. Like, would you respect the rules that it broke twice? Or like the candle, if it does form as green, it broke twice, so you would get out versus a stop. But I think I would stick with the stop.
Okay, because we really haven't established the 8 train yet, right? We really haven't established our 8.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, this time of the morning, what do you normally do, Mr. Tony?
I'm gonna stay with my stop. I'm gonna respect the stop. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. I'm not gonna really. So it did not break, by the way. It didn't break the 8. Turned out to be a red candle.
You know why I asked the question was because, of course, this time of the morning, you know, again, we're in the matrix. So
Yeah. we have a little room. We have a little wiggle room, you know, the first hour, you know, trading.
you know, Neil can dodge bullets. So
Yeah. All righty.
we picked a fun one this morning, didn't we?
I guess so. We picked a little sideways action here for sure. Notice we got a little bit of a flash there. That kind of I don't know, that kind of concerns me just a little bit.
In which way?
Do you see this candle right here?
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I saw it when
yeah.
it flashed.
Yeah.
But how does it concern you, or why does it concern you?
I'm just wondering if it went down there to gather up some stock, but I mean, I can't really tell. We got, you know, this green candle right here, just kind of matched it.
Mhm.
We'll see. We'll see in a minute. But again, you know,
Where the market makers manipulated the price momentarily to gather some.
Yeah, gather some shares.
Mhm. I love it when they do that.
Wish they could move it to the upside with that, but we'll see. Right now, we're still abiding by the 8, still moving in our direction. Not that I'm giving the 8 a whole lot yet, because we really haven't said we're on the 8 train yet.
Yeah, right now we're really range bound.
Pretty much.
So for the options traders in the room, it's SPY. what are you doing with your contracts at this point? Because we're in this consolidation. What are you guys doing?
I guess it would depend on how much time was on the
I
contract.
just stopped it. Go ahead. So because of how much, would you say, Colleen?
I think I would be thinking through like how much time I have on the contracts. And I usually am pretty like, I give myself plenty of time just because I'm new and I feel like it's better to do that. But I think I would still be seeing this through for right now, just because it does look like something's going to shake out and we've already established the stop. So I'd be hanging on for a little bit, I think.
What about you, Princess?
Not, I think I would be out by now because it's Thursday. So I might be out by this point.
Did you buy did you buy the Friday? Obviously,
Probably
by the Thursday,
Friday.
so you technically have a day.
Mhm.
You would still be out now?
Yeah, because I've been burned with the Ivy Crush. So
Right. And that's the thing. I understand where you're coming from with that, because if it's showing that it's range bound right now, or that's like what it's kind of leading to. And when that happens, you definitely want to get out of the contract like as quickly as you can, or just
Definitely on Friday consolidation, you want to get out of. Thursday, you might, because it's before 8:30. Well, sorry, 8:30 West Coast time. You still have a little time to let this play out. I, as an options trader, even as a newbie, I would let this still run.
Because remember this still, right? You're still in the number, you're really still in that number one position right now. Still,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Where we tend to have the most success from. But let's see. Let's see what
Well,
happens.
the thing about it is right now is that you've only about 15, 16 minutes have elapsed. So unless you bought it with high IV, you're still in good shape, because again, it's still early in the morning, and unless this thing goes sideways all day, which it ain't, or unless you bought it with extremely high IV, which I wouldn't have bought it anyway, then you're in good shape. You can let this thing ride up or down. Of course, when I say up or down, again, as long as you don't lose money on it. So.
And not just the IV, but your strike price. If you were at the money or just in the money, I would have stayed in this trade. If I was five strikes below out of the money, heck no, I'm out, because I'm clearly losing.
Yeah, different story. Different story.
Now, as options traders, I hope you guys are typically trading either at the money or in the money on your trades. Is that the case for most of you guys, or?
I trade slightly out of the money, but again, the time decay doesn't affect me. The theta doesn't affect me because of the fact that, again, normally I'm choosing instruments that move pretty good, like Qs or Apple or SPY or a couple other ones. So it usually doesn't affect me.
Yeah, depending on the range of the average, like SPY, the average move per day is $2-3.
More than that. Much more.
Sometimes, yeah, but you have to think of if it's going up and down, like if it was a zigzaggy day, the average range is $2 to $3, sometimes $4 max.
You look at the ATR. You look at the ATR on that. SPY is like $6-7 a day. So yeah, it moves quite a bit. It moves quite.
Go ahead, Donna.
Yeah, I get out the money, but I typically get at least 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes a month or longer time. So I don't worry so much about the theta, but yeah, out the money.
Okay.
Once in a while, if I get frisky, I'll do one a weekly.
Weekly.
Which is stressful though, so good Lord, it's stressful. Yeah, I'm in a weekly right now.
Tony, all I do are weeklies. All I do are weeklies, and so I need to go to Donna's method because of the fact that all I do, for example, tomorrow, I'm going to trade. I'm going to trade the options that expire tomorrow.
Yeah, same day.
Wow.
Yeah,
because they're cheaper. So of course that makes sense.
But you don't like, what's the highest IV you'll take? Because you said you don't like high IV.
No, here's the thing. I don't measure it per se by the number. I can measure it with my eye and see whether it's high, because I know the historical prices of the options.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, like with Neo or with SPY or with the Qs, I can see when the prices are ridiculous, I won't even go there. I'll go to something else like Apple or Amazon or something, as long as their IV is okay. Because I'm not trading. Let's say, for example, if the Qs are, the options expire tomorrow and you're at the money, puts and calls go for like $3. I'm not trading. I'm not buying that. That's ridiculous. Now, if they go for $1.25 or $1.50, that's within the normal range. But I know that from trading it over time.
That's with Neo, you said?
Neo, I do Neo as well. And a Neo, like for example, slightly out of the money, call and put ran 42 cents a piece. I think Neo at 21.73, the 21.50 put ran for 42 cents and the 22 call ran for 42 cents. So that's a little high, but again, that's not bad. That's within the normal historical range for Neo.
John, do you see yourself buying multiple contracts, like anywhere between like 5 or 10?
As far as, well, it depends on, like prior to coming to Mr. Tony, last year, I made a lot of money doing straddles and strangles. I made a bunch of money doing straddles and strangles until Neo stopped. And matter of fact, I did exclusively on Neo, sometimes on Apple, but 98% of the time on Neo. And I made a lot of money on those. So I bought multiple contracts. I bought 30, 40, 50, 60 contracts on each side at a time. And didn't sweat it.
Yep.
Because I knew they would produce. So, but now to your question, Richard, regarding now, I ain't doing 60, 70 contracts at a time now. Not until I have my technique down, that again, just trading one side of the trade. And again, it's been one of the biggest adjustments I've ever done. You know, today, for example, I had my best trading day. I had my best 2 trading days in a long time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, my record this week is something like, and again, I know I'm trading too much, Mr. Tony, but my record this week is something like,
give me a percentage. Don't tell me the numbers. Just give me a percentage.
Percentage. It's about 75, 74%.
Okay.
Profitable. Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna give numbers a sense of money.
I know you're gonna tell me I did like 90 trades, and I'll be like, John.
Oh no, actually, you're not going to hear this. I've done about 150, but anyway. But again, you know, one thing about it, Mr. Tony, is this. You know, you talk about 10,000 hours. I got to get those 10,000 hours one way or the other.
Yeah, you're getting them in, brother. You're on the express program.
But here's the thing though. Like today, I traded when the stock went down, when the Qs went down, or when Apple went down, I traded down. When they went up, I traded up. When they traded down, I got traded puts again. So I was trading, and I was more in a more intuitive reacting mode. Again, I was following the rules. So my record today was something like 38 and 10 to be exact.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
You took 40 trades today?
48.
40.
Yeah. Scalping like crazy.
But here's the thing though. Now to Mr. Tony's point, now I'm gonna be perfectly candid with you guys. Probably those 40 should have been 38 because I should have stayed in about 10 of them longer and made more money.
I mean, I feel that, you know, especially if you're going with a higher amount of contracts, you know, if you go in that heavy with that many contracts, you know, you don't need that big of a move to make some good money. Maybe 3 or 4 candles and you're good. So
to your point, that's the reason I'm doing this with 1 or 2 contracts until I make sure that my methodology is sound. Then I'll go in heavier. And then I know if I do go in heavier, I can make the money I need to make, and then I won't have to worry about it. But until I make sure my methodology is sound, I'm not doing that. So
yeah, I bring up paper trading because over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I'm really you know, seeing what it's like to trade with, you know, 10 grand per trade, 15 grand per trade, seeing what that looks like. And it, you know, it really, you know, opens my eyes to what. You
want to know what my paper trading account is worth? My on-demand paper trading account is worth?
What is that?
117 million.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So hold on a second. I just want to bring something to you guys' attention.
Liquidity.
So I don't know if you guys had noticed, but I had this pointer right over here. Okay. the blue line is the 20. You notice how these two candles got close, never broke the 8. But again, we're not giving the 8 a whole lot of respect because again, it's the morning session, but it is there. But the 20, you know, is starting to get some momentum. We've got a little data now to start forming an opinion. That's a solid direction with the 20. It got close up to that 20. And then you notice we've had a little bit of a sell-off here, right, guys? And we're still, you know, really, we're just now coming out of that number 1 position where we have our most success at.